structure from adults. This is an opportunity for them to learn lessons that they normally can't get in the classroom setting. Not that algebra and biology and chemistry aren't important, they are, but there are other life lessons that can be learned on the playing field. And that's part of the reason that we're doing what we're doing. It's part of the reason that the coaches work so hard and parents allow their kids to play sports. It's for those extra lessons that they get in the educational setting. And we're pretty proud of what we've done. And again, being here today is evidence of the fact that we've had some success.
So now we're at the end of our fall season. We've had 7 fall state championships, which is incredible to think about in the kind of year that we've had.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about, there's been restrictions at every venue. Yes. That's no different this next weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
And it's further complicated by the fact that we're going to be inside. And once you go inside, those restrictions are really ramped up. As an example, every person attending next week will have to have their temperature checked. They're going to have to be asked questions about some symptoms that they've been have or have not had before they even admit it to the ticket window to give their ticket to get into the game. Same thing's going to be for the athletes getting off the bus. They're going to take the temperature. They're going to have signed a form that says that they're not been exhibiting signs or symptoms of disease. And then once we get in the venue, we're going to have to practice social distancing. We're going to have to wear a mask unless we're having concessions food. It's more precautions for us to provide for the health, safety, and well-being of our athletes. Now, it's going to look a little different. They're going to be pretty much spaced out, and if you've seen the Colts play at Lucas Oil, we'll look a lot like that. We won't be allowing bands for reasons that go along with the social distancing piece of it. We're going to limit the number of people on the field, and so we're going to do our very best to make sure that this state finals goes off without a hitch, given the parameters and the requirements of social distancing and the corona guidelines. But we're very, very pleased and excited to have 6 state championships next weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we're certainly looking forward to having everybody come in and have a great time.
And it all goes back to that. It's just incredible that we're even in the position to hold these 6 state championships next weekend. Assistant Commissioner Robert Falcons, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships, to reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Oh, the pieces, they're all starting to fit together in pursuit of a basketball state championship. And hello again, everyone, and welcome to another exclusive webcast presentation of Greenwood Christian Academy basketball on the family of networks IndianaSRN. Steve McClure along with Doc Stratton greeting you on this wintry day for this matinee matchup of GCA against a relative newcomer to the IHSAA, the Victory College Prep Fire Pros. We'll talk about a quick turnaround for the Cougars. It is less than 24 hours ago, in fact, when GCA pulled off a 64-54 home win against conference rivals Central Christian Academy. And the 10-point margin was a physical challenge right up until the final minute. The Chargers were tenacious on defense, and with a no back-down attitude while the offense kept them within shouting distance. What helped the GCA cause was the first half outside shooting beyond the arc by senior forward Styles McCorkle, who buried 5 triples to give the Cougars a 31-24 halftime lead. Styles finished with a game-high 27 points and 11 rebounds. Also in double figures were seniors Isaiah Davis and Blake Shoemaker with 15 and 10 points, respectively. The Cougars, under fourth-year head coach Johnny Marlin, now stand at 8-5 and 2-0 in the Pioneer Conference, with 6 games left after today in the regular season, with the goal of winning out before the state tournament gets underway. Meanwhile, Victory College Prep, still in its infancy, has only been a member of the IHSAA for 4 years. The Firehawks, under fourth-year coach Isaac Smith, are 0-4, and its schedule has been disrupted several times. Take, for example, this. Their first game wasn't played until just 10 days ago against Providence Cristo Rey. Let's bring in my broadcast partner for the day, Doc Stratton, and get his initial thoughts on the state of the IHSAA basketball season. How are you, my friend?
Steve, I'm doing great. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you as always.
Good to see you.
It has been a year, has it not?
Oh my gosh, it's been so crazy, and it's been so weird trying to get your hands around what's going on. You have the GCA Cougars, who's well into a season. We know who they are. They know who they are. They have an identity. Whereas you look at Victory, and it looks like they're still kind of figuring things out. They've got athleticism. They've got some things to work with, but these are 2 teams in totally different spots right now. But man, with everything going on, I mean, you got a team that's played only 4 games against a team that's over halfway through their season.
Yeah, and put yourself in the shoes of Coach Isaac Smith, because he's got to be extremely patient in terms of teaching.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, you have to go into it with that in mind, because the scoreboard doesn't always dictate what you're trying to get across to your kids at that time, right? So from a coach's standpoint, it's made even more difficult by, everything going around, with games being canceled. Sometimes some coaches are getting teams ready and they don't even know if they're going to play a game. So the coaches that have been going through this the past year plus now.
Since March of last year.
Man, I can't imagine, and that's right when I got out. I didn't, that wasn't why, but I can't imagine trying to get a group of 15 to 18-year-olds to give everything they have for seemingly not even knowing if you'll have a payoff.
And you talked about an identity. Greenwood Christian Academy certainly has an identity.
Yes.
All you have to do is look at the last couple of years. In mid-March of last year, Doc, the Cougars came into the, after winning their sectional, ready to go to work at the regional down in Martinsville, holding a 24-1 record, and they were on their way to grabbing a state championship.
Oh, man, yeah, they really were. I mean, you talk about, if you go through, once that happened, you kind of took inventory, right? And you just looked down, you looked at all the football teams, you looked at all the basketball, baseball, boys, girls, everything. And you were just like, man, whose time was it? And GCA was one of those teams that it was, hey, this is their year. Like they've had that tradition where they grow sectionals and then regionals, semi-state, and then they just start dominating everybody they see, and then nothing.
Yeah, Johnny Marlin, of course, in his 4th season, 24-1 last year, 16-11 in his 3rd season, and the year before that, 13-10. So his success rate speaks for itself.
Oh, they've got a good one at GCA, and let's hope for GCA's sake that this is his kind of forever home, where he wants to be going forward, because the longer they can hold on to him, I'll tell you what, that's going to be GCA is going to be a hot spot for boys to go to.
We're ready for the presentation of our colors and the national anthem, and we will step aside for this moment. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is, and that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Back at Greenwood Christian Academy, Steve McClure along with Doc Stratton as we get you set for IHSAA basketball today at Greenwood Christian. It'll be the home Cougars taking on the visiting Victory College Prep Fireworks. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visitors from Victory College Prep. Starting at one forward, a 6-foot junior, number 13, in Keon Watson. A four-guard set will include a sophomore, number 10, in Kylan Johnson-Taylor, and Derek Cage. In addition to the two other guards on this team, number 1, Andre Bellamy, he's a senior, 6 foot. And at the other guard, number 4, Michael Ford, he's averaging 15 points per game and is the engine that makes this team run. As far as Greenwood Christian Academy is concerned, it's been a standard lineup the entire year. Let's take a look now at that. A 6'5 senior and one forward, number 40, Styles McCorkle, averaging 22 points per contest. At the other forward and the center's position, a 6'8 senior in Isaiah Davis. Three-guard set will include these. 1'5'7 senior, number 31, Evan Stennett. He'll be out front on the point. And the other two, the shooting guards, are 6'3 sophomore, number 21, Blake Shoemaker. He loves to go outside the three. And a 6'way senior, his brother, in 22, Zane Shoemaker. Fourth-year coach in Johnny Marlin. And for the Victory College Prep, Isaac Smith in his 4th season. The Cougars dressed in their home whites, and immediately we see a steal on the other end, down and up, tip, up and in, no. Rebound by Isaiah Davis.
I'll tell you what, they've got some length. They've got long arms to try to protect. It looks like they're going to try to protect the box down low, so GCA is going to have to shoot their way out of this.
And we're going to see now that the perimeter game of GCA, and once already, here goes Styles McCorkle with his first triple.
On the side he likes and the place he likes, he loves to shoot it from over there, and he's really good at it.
You watched as Evan Stennett, 31, will set up out on the point, and then they will surround that perimeter with the three guards. Here's a shot from way downtown, no good, is attempted there by Michael Ford, and the Cougars bring it forward. First minute here, Stennett from outside, and you can bury another one. Evan was outstanding last evening, 6 points on 2 triples and 8 assists.
Yeah, I got to say, when GCA is shooting the ball like this, there is almost no one at this level that can beat them.
And they do so well when they're on their home floor.
Yes.
Styles McCorkle comes out to guard Ford. Now they go down in the right corner. A little bit of trouble there, and a whistle and a call here. It looks like we have a 3-second call there, Doc. Here's the first triple of the game as you see it coming this way.
Yeah, that extra pass opens up their best shooter over there in the corner in the spot that he likes to be in. So Styles on.
Yeah, Zane Shoemaker with the assist there. And while we go away, we see one basket. Up to an 8-point lead here in the first minute and a half for the Cougars. Thanks again for joining us here on IndianaSRN. Our first quarter being brought to you by the Morales Group. Building futures one story at a time. Stinnett down to the corner once again for Styles McCorkle. Off the mark. It goes out of bounds. And last touch there by number 32 is... So 32 on the roster. I'll have to pick that up for you. Here's Isaiah. 12-foot jumper, no good. And the Firehawks on their way down court. Ford into the paint, and a whistle and a foul going to be called against GCA. Their first of the game.
Yeah, I got to say that I really like this shot selection so far that Victory Prep has been showing. They've been getting good shots. They've been they've been working just like right there. Ford drives and puts pressure on the defense, puts pressure on the officials as he makes the first free throw. And you really, if you're down 8-0, that's what you want to do. As high percentage shot as you can get, and let's get your shots going by shooting some free throws.
Ford aims, fires, and off the mark, and on the rebound is Isaiah. As he comes forward, Stinnett across the 10-second line starts to move to his left. He can handle the ball. Underneath, looking for Isaiah, cannot handle. It goes out of bounds, awarded to the Firehawks.
Yeah, and that's one of the keys that I think that this game that is going to play a huge part in this is how are they going to guard Isaiah
Davis?
Isaiah Davis, because they've got two guys over 6 foot tall, so how are they going to stop him?
Quick timeout on the floor. Do you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indianapolis area? Are they interested in gymnastics or ninja warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. Alley Cat Gymnastics provides all types of equipment and lessons to develop your kiddos' general gymnastic skills. We even offer a ninja for the little warrior. Give them a call at 317-820-9480 or alleycatgymnastics.com.
We actually sent my son there.
All right.
Yeah, he's actually got Down syndrome, and they do a great job with him. So, highly recommend them.
Fred Johnson will inbound as he hands it off to Terrion Washington, and he has a turnover, and the ball will go right back here to GCA with a 7-point advantage, 8-1.
And see, it's things like that that kind of a program needs to get over, and they're all fixable things.
Styles McCorkle comes outside, gives it off to Stinnett underneath the hoop as he gets a nice pass in the corner to Zane Shoemaker. Now Styles starting move toward the middle. Shot on the way up and good on the floater.
I tell you what, good defense.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, they made him work for it.
10-1 now, if you're just joining us here at Greenwood Christian Academy on this fine afternoon. Looking for a little snow later in the day. We haven't had any, so to speak.
You're not supposed to talk about that.
Oh, no. It's part of wintertime.
Hey, there we
go. From
go.
the right corner, tuck it down for number 2. That's Terrion Washington with the triple. And the lead at 6.
And you could tell they worked the ball around and got him an open shot. So I really like that.
Here's Styles, left corner on another 3. Zane has a hand on it, gets it back underneath. Here's Isaiah up and no good.
Yeah.
But he's going to be fouled. I think it's going to go against 32, Trayvon Taylor.
So that's the bad thing about when you're playing against an Isaiah Davis is you have to be perfect. And you can't let them you have to be perfect in your communication. You can't let him stay there and take away basically possessions. So you have to put a man on him at all times, and then your other 4 have to worry about everybody else. But Isaiah Davis cannot beat you down low.
Isaiah Davis, 52% from the line, and he misses on both attempts.
Great jumps.
So here come the Firehawks.
I'll tell you what, they've got some really good athletes. And they're I like the way they're running the offense.
Good speed, too.
Yeah, for sure.
See what they can set up here as the 3-guard set outside the perimeter. Starts to get a good pass in there intended for Trayvon Taylor. And coming into the game for the first time for GCA will be Cage McCorkle, wearing number 25. That's Stiles' younger brother. 4 brothers in that McCorkle
I know,
set.
yeah, I saw that.
Here's a shot from way outside, and once again, I think that is Terrion Washington.
2 in a row.
And they have come within 3 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play.
Yeah, I that's kind of, whenever you have a team that has this much athleticism on it, like Victory does, they can beat anybody, but the bad part, they can lose to anybody too. And right now, they're just showing, like, hey, if you don't take us seriously, we can stay in this game.
And they are defending this GCA team, which is a high-scoring team, and they're getting their hands in there.
Right.
On this zone outside the perimeter. Here's Blake Shoemaker on a 3 attempt, no good.
Michael Ford's doing a great job on the board. Oh, here he goes again. Heat check.
Outside.
Oh!
And in and out for Terrion Washington.
He felt it, didn't he?
He did, didn't he? Stiles McCorkle across the 10-second line, left side. Now he gives it off to Stinnett, way outside.
There he is.
Evan Stinnett with his second 3 of the game, and the lead now at 6, 13-7.
Who does Stiles McCorkle remind you of from an NBA or?
Oh, my goodness. You're going to have to make me think on that one.
I would say I really think he looks like a Gordon Hayward. Hey, there's a good shot. Is that a
32 on the, that's Trayvon Taylor. 13-9 now in favor of the Cougars here in the opening quarter of the game. The ball stolen away. Here come the Firehawks.
Nice
with a 2-on-1 break. Up
Are you
and
kidding
good.
me?
Boy, I'll tell you.
What a pass.
This team came to play.
They did.
13-11 now, just a 2-point advantage.
Hey, and the longer you let a team like this stick around, the worse it's going to be. So GCA really needs to do more of that.
Here's Isaiah down low, and we're going to get a foul underneath the basket. I think it's going to be against Ford.
Yeah.
And once again, Isaiah Davis will get to the line. He's 0 for 2 here in this particular quarter. 2 more coming now. First one in the air is up and good. Finally got a touch there.
Yeah, there he goes.
Substitution for the Cougars, number 13, Cameron Thompson.
Coming into the game now for the Cougars will be Cam Thompson. 2 brothers on this team, Caden and Cam. Second free throw, no good. And the Firehawks on the way to the other end of the floor, trailing by 3 points. Bellamy outside,
nice
spins
move.
Up, no good. Pulled down by Cage McCorkle.
Man, you're seeing some really good play out. I mean, like, really.
Yeah, it was a nice spin.
Yeah.
Move. Got to the glass, just rolled off. Here's Cage
Yeah, I was
for
going to
3.
say, they're giving him that room.
No, way offline. Pulled down there by Trayvon Taylor. Left side, outside the perimeter. They bring it out front once again. Down in the corner, handling. Michael Ford. Taking a little patience here, which I like.
Ooh. They got him. Okay.
And it was Terrion Washington who took 1 too many steps on the turnover, and the Cougars will get it back with 1:36 remaining in the first.
Well, GCA really started out hot, and they've gone with a few empty possessions here or there since, but
here's
Davis,
there
you go. 3
guys.
guys.
To get free. Here's Stiles McCorkle outside for 3. No. Underneath, Cage McCorkle on the rebound, and a hand on the defense there, nicely by Fred Johnson.
Well, that's when GCA is at their best, when they're playing inside out. You get the post guy. He drew 3, almost 4 guys, and he kicks it out for wide open jumpers.
As they bring it in, Stiles McCorkle will handle right side. Starts to move into the paint, loses control. Here come the Firehawks. Terrion Washington spins up and got it.
Oh.
He has been the man. 6,
Wow.
8, 10 points unofficially for Terrion Washington.
He looks like you out there when you in your day, man.
14-13, a 1-point advantage as we go under 1 minute to play. Left side, 3 on the way, no. Pulled down by Blake Shoemaker. He'll take a 3 on its way. Not, and tapped up one more time by Davis. Can't get it to go. Here's
another
nice
good
pass up by Bellamy on the rebound and back in. Michael Ford and the Firehawks had their first lead of the game at 15-14.
We are seeing some just great athleticism out of this victory team.
Watch this move inside, off the glass, up and in.
Now that looked like me.
Washington. Let's see if the Cougars can regain the lead. They've fallen down by 1, led by as many as 9 in the opening 2 minutes. Styles McCorkle thought about a 3 in the corner. Now he'll get it right back. Davis as the clock ticks down at 6. Thompson, Howe, give it to Styles. 3 on the way, no good, and we have reached the end of the first quarter of play with our score. Victory College Prep 15 and Greenwood Christian Academy 14. And you're watching Greenwood Christian Academy basketball powered by IndianaSRN. Officially Human, our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the courts. Check out our website, officiallyhuman.com. Well, Doc Stroughton, we're a little bit of a surprise here in the opening period, but the second quarter will be brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. They have kept in the game. College Prep.
Yeah, I tell you what, I really enjoy what I saw in that first quarter, and if the next 3 quarters can be like that, we're in for a treat.
First possession of the game for the Firehawks, and they're going to get another substitution here. Looks like number 40, Aaron Smith, is on the floor now for the Firehawks. Down low, it's partially blocked there by Cage McCorkle, and the Cougars on their way to the other end.
You want to know, I really enjoy what I'm seeing, though, good job.
Cage McCorkle diving his way into the paint, has it go off his hands and in, and a foul is going to be charged against number 40. That is Aaron Smith.
But I really like the shot selection for Victory. They're attacking the basket. Their jumpers weren't going. Now they've got one guy hot on the outside in Washington, but they're making GCA make plays.
Here's McCorkle with the three-point play. He makes it good on the free throw, and a quick timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second, but we will stay right here. Having a viewing party? Well, let us know. Tweet us at IndianaSRN and be ready for the shout-out. Follow us all for updates and much more on Twitter. IndianaSRN. 16-15 if you're just joining us. Greenwood Christian Academy in Greenwood, Indiana. Steve McClure along with Jock Stratton. Glad to have you alongside for part of your afternoon. A couple more games coming your way today here on the network, and we will detail those for you in just a moment. Up court, ball stolen. Isaiah Davis with that big arms goes hard to the floor. 2-on-1 break at the other end. Up and in, Andre Bellamy.
I think GCA is going to want to stay away from the run-and-gun type of game. I think that will only feed into what Victory does really well. I think they need to get the ball across the half-court line and then set up their game.
Camden Thompson out. Evan Stennett back in for GCA. As they bring it to the left corner, Stennett moves. Thompson does stay on the floor, Here's Isaiah Davis, has a double team there. Ball gets away on a pad pass and saved. The hustle on this Firehawks team, impressive.
They're fun to watch.
Outside and on the two-point, that's a two-pointer. for Tavon Taylor. 19-17 for Victory Prep. Stinnett moving the ball from right to left. Davis way outside the perimeter as they keep moving it. 3 on the way. This one goes down for Cam Thompson. They keep shooting it.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. 20-19, GCA reclaims the lead. Good bounce pass inside, shot on the way, no good there by Trayvon Taylor.
I still really like where he's at, the shot selection right there.
Underneath the basket, Styles McCorkle with one chance, now a second, and a tie-up on the floor. Both go to the deck, and this time the arrow points to GCA.
When Styles brought that down, I'm telling you right now, Victory is here to play. They're going to swarm anybody in the paint and make you beat them on the outside.
Zane Shoemaker back in the game now for, look at the intercepted pass there. It's stolen away. Michael Ford has it in his hands. Down, stops, puts it up and in. Had to hesitate for a moment.
Yeah.
Michael Ford, the engine that runs this offense for the Firehawks. 21-20 in favor of Victory Prep. Here's Stinnett from outside, no good. And a tie-up underneath there. Looks like Ford and Styles McCorkle having a little chew of it.
They're just talking about what they're doing for Valentine's Day. It's coming up, you know.
Give me a call. Well, back in those good old days.
Yeah.
Say, call me up, we'll double date. There you go. So it looks like Michael Ford's going to go to the bench for the first time here tonight.
Yeah.
This afternoon, I should say. Stinnett inbounding. Good pass to the corner.
Oh, they got him.
Free attempt by Cam Thompson, and he will go to the line 3 times.
I know it wasn't his choice, but there's nothing better to get your shooting going back on the right track than getting to the foul line.
Yep. With the clock stop, makes you think about it, right?
Absolutely. And that's another thing. I think that if GCA calms this game down a little bit, makes it a half-court game, that's only going to work in their favor.
Here's Cam's first free throw up and no good. 2 more coming. Styles McCorkle takes a place at the line here on this near side. Surrounded there by Andre Bellamy and Fred Johnson. Second free throw on its way, also off the mark. Styles McCorkle gives him a little head rub on that thing.
Something's got to work, right?
It's got to. One more coming here on its way, and 0 for 3, and rebounded underneath by Cage McCorkle, and he puts it up and in. How did he get inside on that?
Well, Cage said, you know what, bud, I got you. It's all right. I'll get the 3 points the hard way.
32 is the foul. Team foul number 5. That's his 3rd. Free throw in the air is good by Cage on the 3-point play.
So he really did.
And the lead at 2, 23-21. 5.5 minutes remaining. A reach-in foul there by 31 Evan Stinnett.
Now don't discount. Now here's the you know.
Yeah, he got Trayvon Taylor was going toward the hoop, and
Trayvon's got to learn to go straight up, not
angled.
Yeah, he put himself in a horrible situation there. But let's not. Trayvon's got 3 fouls. That's awful for Victory.
Terrion Washington having himself a good first half. Ball gets away from Ford. Back underneath the basket, and the tip in by number 3. That's Fred Johnson.
They're all athletic. I mean, they're
really
all
are
able to get to the hoop and do some damage. Look at that. I mean, now that's a heck. Oh, I was gonna say that's a heck of a move, but
yeah, he was surrounded by 3 defenders there and took 1 too many steps, so they'll have to give it up. We are tied for the first time today at 23 aside.
Well, I was curious to see how they were going to handle Isaiah Davis, and it's apparent they're not going to let him beat him. There's a 5-second.
Stinnett on top of the Terrion Washington defensively makes him turn the ball over.
And, I don't think that's on Terrion Washington all that much because he didn't. Nobody was moving. Right. Now, it's up to him to get it started, but, I mean, GCA was on everybody, so you got to be aware of that.
Here's Stinnett crossing the 10-second line as the offense sets up now for the Cougars. On top between the circles, Styles McCorkle. Here to Stinnett. They get it inside to Isaiah Davis. Now here's McCorkle. Turnaround jumper, no good. Gets a handle on it. Blake Shoemaker on the rebound. His brother Zane down the lane. No. Goes out of bounds, awarded to the Firehawks.
So what Coach is doing is he's getting the ball down to Isaiah, who's just huge, knowing that there's going to be a double or triple team, and then he's got a secondary post player. This time it was Styles McCorkle. Now there's only one guy left to guard him, so it's one-on-one. Oh,
Terry
my
Washington
goodness.
Behind the back, and look at this. A great pass to Derek Cage, who just came into the game, and another layup.
This is a highlight. This is like an ESPN-like showcase here. What is this?
And the majority of their points are coming on inside the paint.
Yes, extremely high percentage shots, absolutely.
They've had a couple of threes, but most of the damage has been down low.
Yeah. And that's just it. Hey, if GCA goes cold even for a little bit, Victory Prep's taking those extremely high percentage shots.
And they're excited.
They are, and they have every right to be.
Here's Blake Shoemaker from outside, and a long three goes down. That's the 5th triple of the game now for GCA. Cougars now with a 1-point advantage, 26-25. 3:20 left here in the first half. Michael Ford, no. Here comes the rebound by Styles McCorkle. Looking inside for Isaiah Davis. He's covered up there by Andre Bellamy. Turnaround, up, off the glass, no. Can't handle it. And they come forward. Andre Bellamy with it. Terry on Washington. Been very impressive here in the first half. Picked up on the defense by Stinnett. Move it outside. Taking a little confidence and patience there. Ball on the floor.
I think he called timeout.
And I do believe Victory College Prep wants a timeout. We do more than service repairs. We also wire new homes all around the Indianapolis area. That's Bertner Electric. You can ask your builder to use Bertner Electric Incorporated when you build a new home. For free estimates, call 317-565-7779. There's a replay on that behind the bid bubble pass. It goes inside on the bounce there to Derek Cage, and the basket goes in.
I'm really impressed with Bellamy, Washington, and Ford. They are making plays out there. They're not afraid. They know they're supposed to lose this game, but they are showing no fear at all going into the hoop.
It just tells me that they are so anxious to get back on the floor, having only played 4 games this season. But
that's a good point.
Our applause go out to the Firehawks today.
Yeah.
They have been outstanding. Here's a three from the top of the key, no good by Andre Bellamy. Here come the Cougars. Stinnett on the feed, inside.
Pass, wow.
Looking for Davis. Now they'll come back up on top. Stinnett will come back to Styles McCorkle for three, no good. And on the rebound, once again, Michael Ford as he penetrates the middle. Up, no. And on the tip, can't handle it, is Fred Johnson. Isaiah Davis says we go quickly up and down the floor, Doc.
Yeah, I'm still here.
26-25.
It's going so
Davis
fast.
looking inside for Styles,
Nice.
and give him a big assist there. And for Styles McCorkle, that is the 10th point of the opening half for him.
Yeah, whenever you have a 2-3 zone, getting it to the free throw line to facilitate is huge, and that's what GCO was able to do there with their tallest guy. Makes it even easier.
Good ball movement by the Firehawks as they bring it right side. Handling Fred Johnson down in the corner. Defended there by Blake Shoemaker is Andre Bellamy. Once again, good ball handling there by Terry on
Are
Washington.
you kidding me?
No good.
Oh.
And an offensive foul going to be charged against the Firehawks. Will go against Terry on Washington.
This is fun to watch.
It has been.
And here's another thing. GCA, no matter what happens, is going to be a better team because playing in a game like this.
They're being challenged.
They really are.
And you got to remember now that these GCA Cougars were in action last night.
Yeah, and to play a game like this on the second game.
Yeah, and had to finish up at around 9 o'clock last night before the evening, then get home and then get right back to the gymnasium this morning for their shoot-around. McCorkle from another feed from Davis and another basket for Stiles.
See, now they're starting to get their shots from inside now too, and it's really working out for them.
But around underneath the basket is partially blocked Aaron Smith on that attempt, and here comes Stinnett up the floor. Left-hand pass gives it off to Stiles McCorkle between the two circles. Here's Blake Shoemaker downtown, and another triple goes down for the GCA Cougars as they find a hot hand. 30 seconds remaining here in the opening half. The lead at 9 points, the biggest of the game. Tied twice now.
Oh, my goodness.
Come to bring outside. Here is Terrion Washington for three, no good. Bounces out of bounds, give it to the Cougars with 22 seconds. Watch this play by Blake Shoemaker. He's 4 feet outside the arc there, Doc.
You know, the thing I like about that possession, though, that he didn't even go back that far, but was the ball movement that got him to that point.
Sparkling passes that we're seeing here on both sides today. Shoemaker, left side. Stinnett thought about it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, coming right down to it. Davis.
Oh, you got to shoot that.
Got to get this shot off. Stinnett on its way, no good. And we have reached the end of the first half of play with our score, Greenwood Christian Academy 34 and Victory College Prep 25. We saw in this opening half, Doc, a number of good things by both teams, and it remained close for the majority of these first 16 minutes of play. But again, I don't think we can compliment enough the effort that Victory College has put in here.
Hey, like I said before, when you've got that much athleticism on one team, you can beat anybody. Now, their margin for error is so small. I mean, let's be clear here. Greenwood Christian is polished. They're very fundamentally sound, and they've got all the pieces. So it's going to be really hard for Victory Prep to sustain this through 4 quarters, but they can.
Yeah.
And they can make up points really fast, too. So it's a 9-point game. They have actually dominated in some stretches of this game. So, give them all the credit in the world. But for Greenwood Christian, like we said before, they're going to be better for this no matter what happens.
They really are. And when you take a look at Victory College Prep's schedule, they are going to be extremely busy over the next 2 weeks to try to get in as many games as they can to qualify for the upcoming IHSAA sectional, which will begin on the second week in March. But right now, here at the half, it's Greenwood Christian 34 and Victory College Prep 25. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others. and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
I'm Sean Branch, and I am entering my 6th year of teaching 6th grade Math, Science, Bible here at Greenwood Christian Academy. I think every teacher in the world wants to have an impactful relationship with each of his or her students. Here at GCA, I get to know these kids. I get to have an impact on their lives because I know what they're interested in, I know what they're passionate about, I understand what they're dealing with and where they're coming from. I've had relationships and communications with their parents, and so I'm able to speak life into them in and out of the classroom, which is a real blessing. As a former student athlete myself, I never thought I would be able to use that part of my journey to impact so many people's lives, but now here at GCA as a coach, I can take my knowledge of sport and use it as a ministry to help these young people.
Learn the story.
Love the story.
Live the story.
Hi, my name is Chris Cross, and for the last 6 years I have taught elementary at GCA, and I'm currently transitioning into an administrative role. 4th grade students are often struggling with who they are and how they relate to others. Being an elementary teacher, I have been able to speak God's truth into the lives of students just in an everyday manner. Just for example of tattling or gossiping and going into God's Word and saying, how does this word, God's Word, speak into this relationship? How do we use it? What do we do? And the greatest thing is that I've seen those kids take those pieces of information, put them into practice, and also teach their other fellow students. Out at recess, I've heard them say, well, what do you think God would say about this? And to me, that's the greatest thing that can happen here.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome you back, everyone, to Greenwood Christian Academy at the half. GCA leading Victory College Prep by the score of 33-25. Let me get this note in for you. Whether you are exploring the local area or hanging out at the campground, KOA holidays are an ideal place to relax and play. Spring is on its way, you know. There's plenty to do with the amenities and services to make your stay memorable. Make your reservation now for the 2021 season. Give us a call at 317-849-1397, located in at the I-70 and Mount Comfort Road intersection.
Magical I-70, right?
Amen
where the
to
weather
that.
changes.
Are you much of a camper?
I used to be.
Used to be when you were a Boy Scout or what?
Oh, no, not like that kind of camping.
That's rough.
Yeah, I give them all the credit in the world. I couldn't do that.
Let's run down some of the upcoming games here on the network. As I noted a little bit earlier, we have a couple more games scheduled today. One at 4:30, we'll have Noblesville visiting Guerin Catholic on the boys' side. Again, the 4:30 tip there. And at 7:30 tonight, we have one additional game that will be in the mix, do we not? 2:30, 1:30, yes. And then on Monday, as we begin a new week, a couple of games. We'll have International at Greenwood Christian Academy, once again right here. And Park Tudor will be at Heritage Christian. And on Tuesday, we'll be unveiling the 2021 IHSAA Girls Sectional.
Yeah, buddy.
Which we'll be very proud to be a part of a couple of those, including Sectional 59. Doc and I will be handling two games on Tuesday night. The first game will involve Greenwood Christian Academy up against Tinley, and then the host Lutheran Saints will take on Central Christian.
I am really looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the girls have been off for a couple of weeks for all kinds of different reasons, and they are outstanding at 12-6. That is the GCA Cougars, and certainly they are looking, Doc, for their third consecutive sectional victory.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop them. I mean, that's for sure. I got to the girls. I mean, I've come to enjoy watching anybody in this program in GCA. They just do it the right way. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the whole dynamic of what's been going on with they shut it down for a couple weeks going up to it. I mean, as a coach, I initially start thinking, like, how am I going to handle that? You don't want rust, but then again, you don't want them to be dead by the time they get there. So, I mean, being a coach and trying to navigate through all of this, I mean, I know what they get paid, and it's not enough.
Well, GCA's girls program has been in the top 10 all season long. In fact, they were at number one early in the season. But, man, do they play a tough schedule. Alan Williams will have his team ready. You can guarantee that. On Tuesday evening, we'll be glad to have you alongside of us here on IndianaSRN. Look at this hustle for the ball. Stinnett along with Stiles McCorkle. And about 6 players on the floor will have to drag themselves up. And you can see that Terrion Washington grabbing the back of his head said, oh, that hurt.
You know what I see right away? I see GCA they were told in the locker room, you did not match their effort.
They did not.
And because they just came out, they look at how more, like that aside, their passing is crisper, their footwork has purpose, everything has a little bit more purpose in it. So look for GCA's best game coming out here of the half.
So Johnny Marlin has given his instructions, and here we go once again at the other end of the floor. And Johnny on the spot is Michael Ford. He had 5 points in the opening half. Here's Davis down the lane, contact made, and he'll get to the line twice.
I tell you, that's the Davis that I would like to see all the time. The one that's 6'8", 6'9". But he's attacking. He's not just, he's not one of the soft, bigger kids down low. He's going to use his muscles as well as his height, and he's going to make people put him on the foul line or get a 2.
First one in the air is good. Rolls in. Davis, 1 for 5 now at the stripe. He had 3 points in the opening half. Stiles McCorkle led all scorers there with 7, 8, 12 points. And second free throw by Davis is also
that one looked pretty good.
It did look good, and the lead now at 8, 35-27.
If he starts hitting his free throws, he's going to be dangerous.
This third quarter being brought to you by Piper Logistics. Ford, and contact made. Stiles McCorkle bumps in.
Did you see Stiles try to help him? He's like, wait a minute, we're not allowed to do that right now.
Stiles likes to talk. He talks to everybody. Talks to the officials. All very friendly, though.
Yeah.
Ford inbounds. Goes off to Bellamy down the lane and gets a pass off. Here's a shot in the air from the right side. No good by Fred Johnson. They're going to get another chance with Michael Ford. Now Fred moving inside, looking in there for number 40, Aaron Smith. No good. And still a third try. Now Stinnett will bring it up quickly. Look how fast he is.
Jeez.
Back up and in is Zane Shoemaker. 37-27, the Cougars by 10.
Yeah, I think that that Aaron Smith was brought in specifically to handle Isaiah on defense. They tried to feed him a couple times. You could tell he wasn't ready, but there's a lot of fighting down there right now.
There's an offensive foul going to be charged against Aaron Smith. Again,
I was wondering when they were going to call it. I mean, they were down there fighting a good few seconds.
They brought both Trayvon Taylor and Smith off the JV team, again, for a little bit of bulk there.
Yeah. I think, coach he recognized the height differential, and he said, hey, I need some fouls.
Yeah. Here's Styles McCorkle, right side, gives it off to Zane Shoemaker, stops, looking for Davis. Now underneath, by himself. Styles McCorkle. That is 3 gigantic assists for Isaiah Davis to Styles.
Every time Isaiah Davis gets the ball at the free throw line, good things happen. And that's exactly what this offense is designed to do.
Yeah, darts right down the baseline, and there is Styles to put it back up and in. So whistle on the floor, and I'm not sure if we have
blood,
forward. We're having officials timeout briefly here.
So what you have here is they'll get the ball at the free throw line. Now that requires all 5 guys to say, okay, am I taking him? And it's a really difficult position to put the defense in. And if the wrong guy moves, that's what you get.
Yeah, the decision is a little bit unsure on the defensive end. So. Again, especially with the size of Styles McCorkle at 6'4", 6'5", it makes it really hard. So, and he knows how to handle it. So, on this official's timeout, looks like I think they're looking for a contact lens.
You know what? It was right around where he's standing too.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's take a break with them. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
He can shoot it. All right, back here at GCA, and we have a three-pointer just briefly moments ago by Isaiah Davis, and that gives the Cougars their biggest advantage at 12 points. 42-27 now.
Stinnett's got some vision, man. I love watching that kid.
He does. He's a great assist man, and he's like a poster child for Johnny Marlin because that's who he was.
Yeah.
The great assist man. Here's Styles McCorkle on the rebound. Now let's see if the Cougars can even stretch this out even more with a little over 4.5 minutes. Underneath the Styles, up and in Isaiah Davis all by himself. So Davis and McCorkle really putting it together here.
Yep. That's I'll tell you, when your effort is there along with the polished parts of your offense and defense and how disciplined you are, it's going to be really difficult to stop this GCA team.
Here is the Firehawks down the lane on the miss there by Derek Cage. Ball gets away.
He got
Zane Shoemaker up and good.
Wow.
On the breakaway. Zane Shoemaker now gives the Cougars a 19-point advantage. How did that happen?
You know what? That happened super fast.
Here's Bellamy outside for Darian Washington, no good. Stinnett runs the floor. Up. Zane up and good. Zane Shoemaker back-to-back baskets, and it's a 21-point advantage.
See, and this is where I think that things for victory, they are a good team. But,
they really are.
But, man, I'll tell you, they lack a little bit of what GCA has right now.
48-27, and let's look at this. Look no further than Chimney Solutions of Indiana. See our very first customer. We've been committed to delivering the highest level of customer care and the most professional and reliable chimney and fireplace services. Our technicians are expertly trained and certified by the Chimney Safety Institute of America. So there's no aspect of chimney or fireplace service, installation, repair, or troubleshooting that we can't help you with. So give them a call now at 317-757-6979. Doc, it's been entertaining here in this third quarter of play because everything was rather tight, and within a matter of moments, you're seeing a 21-point lead.
And you know what? I will say this. While the half-court game for GCA is superior to anything Victory has, I've been impressed with GCA's transition game, too. They're able to play that transition game with Victory and keep it up. So that shows me that GCA can evolve into different types of offenses or defenses depending on who they play because of their size.
And I think that what you hit the nail was with the hammer was the fact that I think Johnny Marlin's halftime speech, whatever it may have been, and I think we can guess what it was because they have really turned up the heat here.
They have. It was a totally different team. Like you saw, everything they did had purpose out of halftime.
The Cougars will be back in action here at home. And Shoemaker, that is Blake Shoemaker, with his third triple of the game. And the lead even goes higher, 51-27. So 9 points on the afternoon for Blake Shoemaker as he nears double figures. Darion Washington, left side, gives it off to Bellamy. Down they start to move inside.
Nice.
The good move there by Washington. And it's saved by Stinnett. Up court, looking for Davis, and it goes out of bounds, awarded to the Firehawks.
So here's what I want to see. I mean, obviously this game is getting out of hand, and it did very quickly. We had a game, just a few minutes ago. But how is Victory going to respond? I really would like to see their passes stay crisp and see those moves that we saw. There's a three. See those moves that we were seeing at the beginning of the game.
Stinnett brings it up. Good inlet pass for Isaiah Davis, and another assist there for their leading assist man. That is Evan Stinnett to Isaiah Davis.
He's got such good vision, and those touch passes down low.
Yeah,
he makes it look easy. They are not easy.
And all of his players admire him so much because he has such an instinct and a floor awareness as to where everybody is. Right?
I mean, like I said, those entry passes that he makes down to Isaiah when he's got the post up, it doesn't matter where he's at on the court. He's got such touch on those. But then when he needs to make the bullet passes, he can make those too. I can't. Being an ex-point guard, I'm loving watching him play.
And Stinnett was a big part of that success that they had last year in that 24-1 season. So he knows exactly what is required of him outside and inside. Here's a nice floater in the air by Cage McCorkle. And the lead now at 28, 55-27.
That was really good math right there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. I ran out of
That
fingers,
wasn't my best subject, but in basketball I can put it together.
Yeah, right?
Up down the floor.
Oh, no!
On the flush from Isaiah Davis.
Oh.
57-27. Exciting third quarter of play.
You said that he was a nice kid, but there was nothing nice about that. That was pure anger. Look at this. He's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
All right.
That was great.
24 points thus far in the third quarter here for the Cougars.
Johnson looked like he was going to challenge him. He's like, hey, he got up, and he's like, wow, this kid got up a little higher than I thought he was going to.
Davis comes out, and Cam Thompson is back in for the Cougars. Double team, Stinnett on top of Ford there. Ball is loose, picked up on the floor as they dive for it. Stinnett, 2-on-1 break. Almost had Cam Thompson in stride there. Now here's Stiles. He thought about a three, but Cam will take it from outside. Can't get it. Davis on the rebound and a foul on the backside with 40 seconds remaining here in the third. Michael Ford picks up the foul for the Firehawks. Johnny Marlin right there in the middle of your screen. Head coach, fourth year for the Cougars. Here's Davis at the line, up and no good.
As exciting as victory was to watch at the beginning of the game with all the transition points and moves and everything, that's how GCA is right now. GCA is playing such fun basketball to watch.
Defensively and offensively,
yes,
putting everything together here on the third quarter. 29 seconds remaining. Shot in the air, no good there by Bellamy. And here come the Cougars. Looking for perhaps one more. 3 on the air. Got it.
Geez.
Styles McCorkle. 17 points unofficially for him on the afternoon. And the lead now at 33. 60-27. Outside shot, no. Off the mark there by Fred Johnson. Up court, looking for final shot. 2 seconds, 1. And in the air, off the mark. And we have reached the end of the third quarter play with our score. Greenwood Christian Academy 60 and Victory College Prep 27. You're watching Cougar Basketball, powered by IndianaSRN.
You got a broken door, trapped car, you can't buy time.
We take it very seriously and take pride in being responsive.
We have all of Central Indiana covered, from Martinsville,
Avon, up to Anderson,
to Cicero.
There's always somebody in your area.
It's important that we're able to get there, same day, because people's time is valuable.
On our trucks, we carry just about everything we need to fix a garage door right then and there.
Sunshine, rain, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Back here at Greenwood Christian Academy, Steve McClure along with Doc Stratton as we head to the fourth quarter, brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association. 3 on the attempt from the left side is no good there by 32, Trayvon Taylor. Styles McCorkle with 18 points here in the game thus far today, leading the way for the Cougars. Good ball movement on the outside and looking for Davis inside, up, no. Second try, third try, good. And Davis is in double figures. He and McCorkle, along with the outside shooting of Blake Shoemaker, have been outstanding.
And, they could have been doing that all game.
Yeah.
However, I think that they've just got so many different ways to score. They're going to be just a very difficult team to beat.
Trayvon Taylor with a jump shot on the left side and his third basket of the game. 60-29 now. Here in the final stanza underneath the basket. Cam Thompson. How did that happen?
I don't know.
With a little bit of luck, Cam Thompson way up high and it drops in.
I think some of the drives from the Victory kids had him feeling pretty good about it,
Amen. Is it good into the paint? Good. No, up and by Bellamy, can't get it. Trayvon Washington there as well. Outside, Cam Thompson, no good. Rebound underneath, looking for Davis again, and he's fouled. Into the game.
Such unselfish play, just all around. They play their. I just love it. I love this team.
Just play down low as he looking for Davis as he moves from Thompson up and in. Almost touched the back on the top of the backboard there. Here's Davis back to the free throw line. First one up and good.
If nothing else, he's getting his free throw work in tonight. So 15
points for Isaiah Davis. Let's make it a 16-pointer now at 64-29. 6:22 remaining here in the final quarter. Just a reminder, this afternoon at 4:30 p.m., we have another game coming up on the network. Noblesville visiting Guerin Catholic. Down the lane, foul going to be charged as Fred Johnson inside the paint. Foul will go against Davis.
Looks like they're calling it on the ground before the shot, yeah.
And substitutions coming in now for GCA. We see Ian Reed coming in, number 32, along with 44 on the Greenwood Christian side. That's Matthew Telke into the game. So a little bit of a timeout on the floor.
So GCA is going to get 6 good minutes with their JV team and I'll tell you what, they were what we said before, they were actually pushed to the brink there for about a half. So I mean, this is a really good game for GCA to say, look, when we play a team like this, we can still play with it. Here's how we're going to handle it. We can still play with them, and now they can get their JV guys some real. I mean, when you're talking about the 1A level, 2A level, you're talking about. I mean, any minute you can get a JV kid on the court in varsity is huge. So this is great for GCA.
It really is. IHSAA sponsoring our fourth quarter play. Officially Human, our foundational goal, setting to respect the game officials and recognizing them as authorities on the field and on the courts. Check out our website, officiallyhuman.com. And here's a three from the outside there by Caden Thompson. No good. The Firehawks up the field. Love that behind-the-back dribble by Travion Washington, and he's got it.
He is so much fun to watch.
6, 9, 12 points to lead the Firehawks is Travion Washington. Up no good. Underneath, Ian Thompson battling for the rebound there. Once again, Trayvon on the floater into the lane. He's not giving up the ship.
This is great. I absolutely love it. They're able to get to the basket by keeping the ball super low to the ground so that GCA can't steal it.
Here's the ball looking inside for Telke. They'll have to bring it back out front. Cam Thompson along with Ian Reed out there. Goes down the baseline looking for Telke. Has to get help from Ian Reed. Now Telke inside, no good. And they'll get one more try. That's Cage McCorkle. And he'll get a foul and go to the line with 4:41 left. Yeah, here is Terrion Washington driving inside, scoops up
so
and
great.
good.
You know what's weird about that is usually you see the guys out of control and it goes in. He was totally in control. He's really good at making that shot.
Cage at the line, missing on the first attempt. Second one coming now.
You know, another thing, a flash, for the GCA faithful, that Cage really showed right there that he plays with strength down low.
He's a good sixth man, and he's been very valuable this season. 4:40 left. Outside, no. And on the rebound, coming down with it and saving it is Ian Reed, and he calls out of bounds. So the Firehawks will get it back.
One thing I wanted to point out before the game was over: Styles McCorkle and Michael Ford, two of the best players on each team. Whoa. They shared kind of a moment at the free throw line there at the end of the third where the game was over, but Styles reached out to Ford, and Ford gave him respect back, and it was just great sportsmanship by both players, and I think that both teams have shown that throughout this game.
And a lot of those things just go unnoticed by the general public, and I'm glad you pointed that out, because we have seen that with Greenwood Christian Academy and all the times that we've followed them, so whether it's on the boys' side or girls' side, but they play a great brand of basketball.
They play hard. They play really hard, and then the whistle happens, and they're back to they're just a good human being, you know, and you can tell it was reciprocated and even, taken further by Victory Prep.
So Cage McCorkle back to the free throw line. He has 5 points on the afternoon.
Let's see if he can figure this one out.
Up and
hey, got it.
Swish, swish, swish.
And that's another reason I really like how GCA, once they came out of halftime, they were much more physical, and they were
aggressive,
able. Well, they've been to the free throw line so much more here in the second half. So
second free throw off the mark, and coming forward is Andre Bellamy, one of the starting guards for the Firehawks.
See this?
Trayvon Taylor from the corner, triple goes down.
I liked what I saw right there. I saw a possession where you couldn't tell what the score was. They were working hard to get a 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's been very effective off the bench now with 9 points, Trayvon Taylor. Here is Cage McCorkle for 3, and you can drain that one down. Man, they are good from outside the arc.
Yes, they are. But see, that's just it. They've shown early in this game when it was a dogfight, they've shown that they're able to really turn the tide when their shots aren't falling by going down low, doing the inside out, or getting the ball to the free throw line. And facilitating it from there. So GCA can score in so many different ways.
Here's one from outside, and another one goes down. Cam Thompson, that's his second triple of the game, now with 8 points. And the lead goes to 35.
Yeah, I think at some point you're probably
going to bring everybody off the bench now for the Firehawks.
Nice move.
Down the lane, Trevion Washington on the miss. And Caden Campton Thompson will bring it forward.
I think the next time Coach talks to him, you're probably going to see a lot less threes taken when it's a 30-something point game. So
we have at least 3 subs on the side there for the Firehawks waiting to come in the final 2.5 minutes of play.
Oh,
the ball gets away on the dribble there from Caden Thompson. There's a quick timeout on the floor just for this substitution. We want to thank our fans for their continued support and commitment to promote good sportsmanship. Remember the folks in black and white, those are the white shirts there, doing this job for our student athletes. Be respectful, and we thank you in advance. 2:21 remaining in our basketball game. Just a reminder that GCA will be right back in action on Monday when they faced International in a game that will be seen right here on IndianaSRN. That'll be a conference game, Indianapolis International, out of Pioneer. GCA standing at 2-0 in the Southern Division. Pioneer Conference playoffs will be coming up on February 13th, and at this point, Doc, looks like it's going to be GCA and University.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good matchup, isn't it?
A good one because it'll go right back to the opening game, or the second game of the season for GCA when they came away with a close 57-51 victory at University. So we'll see if GCA will be able to host that game with a better record. That's a nice move down the lane by Trayvon Taylor as he continues to make his mark.
And don't forget, I mean, as long as Victory can get their games in and be eligible, they are in the same
They are in
sectional.
The same sectional, that's right.
They could beat, like I said, they could beat anyone. Now, are they going to be able to string wins together at this point right now? Probably not. But they could knock somebody off with their athleticism and if they're able to stay out of foul trouble.
And, Doc, that sectional will also be at Lutheran. It'll include Lutheran, GCA, Tindley, in addition to Central Christian, Providence Cristo Rey, Crystal House, and VCP. So that'll be a good one as well.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming up on the third week in February.
And, you know, it just goes to show how much talent we have in the state of Indiana in basketball. I mean, it lines up with Texas football. I'm a hockey guy, so Minnesota hockey. It's Indiana basketball. I mean, you say that and you just know that you're expecting premium basketball.
And the conversation always revolves around, well, they're Class 1A or they're Class 2A. I always say this, Doc. You put your best 5 on the floor against your 5, and we'll go at it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, the deeper you are, the margin for error gets a little smaller. But there are 4A schools that only play 5 or 6.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I would take this GCA team, up against just about anybody.
1-1, in fact, now as Ian Reed goes to the free throw line for the first time. Off the mark there, and the Firehawks come away with it.
In fact, you know, this GCA team really reminds me a lot of that Butler team that made the 2 runs.
Oh, that was fun, wasn't it?
Just because they've got the height at forward, they've got the center, they've got the really good guards with the vision. They've got everything, and they even have a little bit of depth coming off the bench. So, you know what? They get past University, which is a big if because they're really good. Here comes Trayvon.
Just on the other end, Garrett Wright into the game for GCA. The last substitution made by Johnny Marlin with 28 seconds remaining. right corner. Shot on the way, no good there by Wright. And the Firehawks may get the last possession here with 18 seconds on the clock. Outside, no. Yeah, may I remind you also, Doc, that as far as classes are concerned, it was Greenwood Christian Academy upsetting Center Grove last year for the Johnson County Championship.
I love those county championships, man. Those things are fun to watch.
71-38 will be our final here at Greenwood Christian Academy as the Cougars come away with their 9th win of the season. It has been a very good week for the Cougars, and they were able to put together a dynamic third quarter, outscoring Victory College Prep 27-22. And basically, Doc, we saw just about everyone get involved in the scoring, as well as just terrific defense in that third quarter.
Yeah, I really liked GCA coming out of halftime and just asserting their game. They knew who they were, but it just felt like they were kind of going through the motions in the first half. And the reason it felt that way is because Victory was really hustling and really giving it to them and saying, like, look, we're not just going to lay down because you're GCA. And, kudos to them for that amazing first half. And you know what? Their coach now has, with Isaac Smith, he's got a lot of good things on tape. And there's a lot of things in the second half that he's got on tape that they can grow no matter what. So this is going to be a really good game for him and the Firehawks. But it's also going to be a good game for GCA moving forward, saying, look, we're not just a half-court team. We know who we are, and we can play with anybody, any style, anywhere. You know what? And they have fun doing it. It's a lot of fun watching this team.
High scoring for the GCA Cougars today. Leading the way with 18 points is Styles McCorkle. 16 on the mark for Isaiah Davis. Victory College Prep will fall to 0-5 on the season, and looks like 6-9, 11 points to lead the way for Trayvon Taylor, as well as 6-8, 10, 12, 14 points for Terrion Washington. Unlike most broadcasters, our funding comes primarily from donations and school subscriptions. Help us out by putting more kids on television by contacting us at coach@IndianaSRN. Just hit the donate button on our website, IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game, and we thank you again in advance. Once again, our final score here today, it's the Greenwood Christian Academy Cougars 71 and Victory College Prep 38. And until next time, on behalf of my broadcast partner and good friend Doc Stretton, and the entire SRN sports team, including our producer Ben Wood and our cameraman Tim Lee, this is Steve McClure reminding you he lives for you and for me. Good afternoon, everyone.